In honour of the Goon Show. That's a Goon record. They actually had a record of that. The Ying Tong song. It effectively is them going ying tang ying tang ying tang ying tang ying tang till I paw ying tang ying tang ying tang till I paw till I paw till I paw. Righty ho, let's try and be clever with this. Hello everybody, welcome to the Department of Work and Pension, the Done With Precision Racing Round 4 at the mighty Mount Panorama in the huge, whatever the hell it is, of Bathurst. I wonder what a Bathurst is. Is it like you've had a bath and you want to drink it because you're thirsty for the bath? Is that what it is, Christian? What do you think?
I'm really dumbfounded from that.
Well, that's what it sounds like. Bathurst.
Yeah,
you know,
Bathurst.
Of course, what's really funny is listening to Diaco trying to say Bathurst. He's getting better, but it's still funny, and it's nice to laugh. What's your name, Vines? It's with a V, isn't it? Vines Racing. I'm trying to bring your stream up so that I can...
It's obviously on Twitch, not my YouTube one.
Oh!
YouTube one is the DWP.
Oh yeah, I knew that.
Because it's like an extra £3 a month to let me stream.
Okay, well, in the description there will eventually be links to the Department of Work and Pension Racing site, and also the Dream Team, and also Vines Racing on Twitch. They'll all be there. They'll all be there. They're not there now because it's just a ball ache trying to type them all in. I'll type them in afterwards. I mean, no one's going to click on them until afterwards anyway. But I recommend that you follow DWP. I recommend that you follow the Dream Team Racing because they're all nuts. And 2 out of the 3 nutters are here. You can see on the screen now, DTR Moomin Papa. That's Dream Team Racing, Moomin Papa. Moomin, who likes the justified ancients of Mumu, hence the name. And the Moomins. And then there's DTR Richie, that's Richie Roo, from Dublin, Ireland, who needs a haircut and has to go out tonight. So, you know, this better be a fast race, all 2 of them. Well, there's a sprint race, and then there's a not sprint race, so... Yeah. On the screen, we have, in the DTR livery colours, in is Z4, Moomin Papa, who's getting faster all the time. He's number 53 because he is, in fact, 29 years old. In the same way that I'm 28. There's a clue there. Okay, 1 year between. Work it out. And I'm introducing, once again, to the boss, Vines, Christian Vines. Sometimes called Kirsten, never called Christine. No, you were called Christine. Anyway, say something.
The word I'm not called is Christopher.
That's the one. I knew there was one you weren't called. Good that.
Or just
Yes, if you're really bored and you haven't got time to say any nickname, just call him when he's being naughty, you call him Vinesy. Have you got a middle name? You don't have to tell us what it is, but have you got one? Because my mother used to always use my middle name when I was bad. Andrew Mark, you know, and you're like, uh-oh.
And then you know it's like,
Dropped a T. Right. So, we are... Why has my little notes got Brands Hatch? That's why it looked funny. Oh, it's the one with the V on it. There we are. So, see, I keep getting nagged to learn the names of these things. We've got the Conrod Straight, which is the big long one with the kink at the end. And we've got the Mountain Straight, which is the big long one with the bend at the end. Very important to get your braking right on those 2, or you go wee in the first one and wee crunch in the second one. Another important corner here is Dipper, which is the one that, a bit like yesterday's race on the EDTM, when you're accelerating downhill and turning left, and the back end goes, don't like that.
The back end comes and says hello to your front.
It's like it goes, yippee! Unfortunately, you've only got like 6 foot until there's a very, very hard wall, and then a right turn. So it's kind of like a bit more important to get it right on that one. So let's find somebody else to follow. Let's have a look at Richie. Oh, look at that, another DTR. Now these Some of these liveries will be done by the wonderful Dykebub Dirk, who's not with us today because he's at some family do, which I just think's terrible. I mean, his family's ruined one race for him. His cat's ruined another one. I think that he needs to. Oh, when did the cat ruin another one?
The cat got involved on the Mount Panorama EDTM.
No. Wow, that cat. Obviously, the cat's a bike person. Or it's a car person. It's a car cat like me, and it wants to, you know, look at it. What he's doing. Wants to be involved. Co-driver. Meow. Like that. What do you think? No.
Okay, just wants to get involved.
Richie Rule's in the chat. We're just talking about you, and you're on the screen. In your pink and green. That's another. Seems to be. He's wiggling. He's wiggling. That he's trying to start a tail slapper, which is our new thing. Tail slapper. See, not tank slapper.
Hiya,
this isn't a motorbike. Right. So what was I doing? I was looking for your DW Department of Work and Pensions. So I'm going to open that one, which is just DWP series. There you are. Okie dokie. And then I need to open Discord because you've just posted your Twitch thing, haven't you?
No, I will do.
Oh, maybe I'll miss something then.
No,
DWP. Yeah, I knew that. I knew that. So what we'll do is we'll find you. Oh, Ian. Ian's saying something to me. Oh, Ian's right. Earlier he was hoping that he would do as well as she. I asked him who she was, and she is Sophia Flörsch. And he's got the umlaut in there. He's a good lad. He's spelt it right. It's not Flörsch, it's Flörsch, because it's a U, as in schön, instead of schon, which is another German word without the umlaut. Schon meaning already or soon, and schön meaning beautiful. Very beautiful. Speaking of Germans, let's go on to this fella.
Oh, he's out of it.
Who?
Angelino.
Yeah, I'm on him now. He's in his F-type, which is very good on tyres, very benign, and he's got some nice colours, the blue and the white. We like that, don't we, Christian?
Yes, it's a very nice looking car.
Very useful to have a benign car going over the mountain, frankly. It's got to be good under braking and good at fast direction changes with a bit of power. So it might do very well here. Yeah. I mean, it always does very well, which is annoying, but yeah, what are you going to do, eh? Anyway, where are you? DWP. You're in there somewhere. VNS Community, that's you, isn't it?
I haven't put anything in there. I can't.
No, I know that you post your Twitch channel, you see, here. So what I'm doing is I'm going to find one where you've posted your Twitch channel, use that as my source for your Twitch. It's not there. You haven't posted your Twitch channel. You're weird. Alright, that's a dumb idea. I'll do it in a way. No, it's alright. I've got I've got Twitch saved, you know, in my social media.
Oh.
My social media thingy, bookmarks. No, I haven't. I've got it in the entertainment one. Don't. Twitch.
Oh. Ian's gone round.
Oh, is he? Has Ian crashed? Oh, let's go on to Ian. There's Ian recovering. Oh, that's a nasty place to spin as well. You've got to get the speed just right because you've got to be slowing down after a fast bit coming up the hill and turning. And then slowing right down.
Thank you for subbing to DWP as well. Oh, I just refer to as DWP.
Yes. So.
What time is it? Okay, 2 more minutes and we'll get this one going.
It's time to get going very soon. Okay, so that. Go on that one as well. And then we're not going to go on that one. What now? So this is what I need to do. I don't need to see my stream. What I do need is to get my chat out. Pop out chat. Very useful thing. You can't do pop out chat on Twitch, can you?
Not sure.
Right, so you keep an eye on the Twitch, and I'll keep an eye on the not Twitch.
I've got all three of them open as well.
I'm sat on my comfy chair today because I just can't be asked to sit on my desk. Well, it's just stupid. It's not stupid, it's dumb.
Well, if you have a comfy chair.
Comfy chair, it just means I move the telly and it's up the what's that thing called? It's a computer. The computer monitor is the VDU is a little bit further away, so it's harder for me to see. Richie wasn't subbed here. He is now.
He is now.
What was I saying about you? What was I saying about him?
I can't remember. I'm sure it was all good things.
Well, before we actually started broadcasting, I said I was going to type something horrible in, which I did, and you answered, Richie. Then, oh no, we were just following you, talking about the Dream Team and how you're all nuts, and that Daiko's not here because he's with his mother-in-law, and he's, which I think's terrible because, you know, so far his family's ruined one of his race and the cat's ruined two. So, you know, what he should do is like racing first, family second, cat third. And then we were following around and talking about your very nice livery. That one there, the one that is another one that looks like a sort of an acid drop sweet. It's like the one you were driving earlier in the old drifting game.
Yeah.
You know, it's got this is what we call acid jazz that I invented earlier, because the pink looks jazzy and the green looks like an acid drop, so it's acid jazz. Acid jazz DTR with the thundering V8 40 engine.
And then Angelina's typing, so I'll start after he says some words.
So, is there anybody else joining us? Because at the moment we've got 4.
Possibly 2.
Where's Matt?
Matt's supposed to be, I'm not sure where he is. I know it's Thing's birthday.
I'm going to type in, where are you, Matt, to his thing. Are we ready? Hello, where are you, Matt? We miss you very much and love you. So, hello, where are you, Matt? We miss you very much and love you. And I'm going to find... no, I can't be asked to find a thingy. Oh, dear. Oh, Richie's going to be typing something somewhere because he's put that button down which goes to his doodads. Oh, Ian's having fun again. Round and round and round and round. So, order of the day. Christian Vines, please explain the order of the day. What are we expecting from this stream?
We'll be having a 10-minute qualifying session. So
10
about
minutes.
4 laps.
Excellent.
So,
Right.
5-lap sprint race.
Sprint race, right.
And then after that, followed by a 30-minute feature reverse course race.
Excellent. Now, points. Points for qualifying.
Qualifying, the winner will get 3 points, second gets 2, and third gets 1.
Okie dokie, sprint race.
Both races have a faster stat point.
Ooh.
And your winner will get 18 points down to P10, who will get 1 point. And then the main event is a 20 points for first, down to 2 points for P10.
And how long is the main event race? Is that half an hour by any chance?
Yes, that one is half an hour.
Excellent. Half an hour of negotiating the Australian version of the A470. Now, if there's anyone out there, when Simon arrives and says, hello everybody, then we will be able to go, yes, it's the A470. Just the way it is. Right. I think we should advertise this somewhere. Have you advertised it already? Have you done it?
Yeah, I've put it in pretty much everywhere. I haven't put your one everywhere though.
Okay, so I'll do that now. You do some talking while I do some stuff.
Yeah, we'll wait for Richie to write his message. Which section of the A470?
Well, okay. The mountain bit reminds me of quite a lot of the stuff South Gwynedd, and well, sort of going sort of like through mid to South Gwynedd into Powys and through mid Wales there, and it's got these real fast sweepers, which also kind of reminds me of the Nürburgring, but like the whole of the A470 is like the Nürburgring. If you got the A470, which is 180 miles long, and compressed it into 15 miles, you'd get the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife. But yes, that bit, the mountain, the straight bits. Well, you get straight bits in A470. I mean, there's bits where you go past Transvenith, the now defunct nuclear power station. Transvenith Lake, by the way, is where they filmed First Night with Richard Gere and Sean Connery. They actually built a fake castle on a little island on the lake near Porthmadog. It's not actually very near Porthmadog at all, but it's south of Porthmadog. But that, you could do 150 mile an hour down that road as long as nobody pulled out on you, which they did. You'd both be dead. It'd be like, oh, there used to be bits of car here, but you know, so I don't advise it. But in terms of the road, just pure road, it's sort of super fast with these sort of sweepers coming along.
Ian's leaving and he's gone off the track.
Yippee! Let's have a look. So we have started qualifying. 9 minutes, 24 seconds left. They're all vying for position. Once again, they're all out on the track at the same time. Ian hugging the wall, literally. Richie, dead keen, is in his Acid Jazz DTR car. Mugilina in his white and blue, and Moomin Papa, he's the only one that's gone for a different German car.
So let's see the people in the... oh, Ian's in the wall.
Right, I'm on board with Moomin in our favourite position, looking out the window as if we're the driver, because we don't often see Moomin. So I'm going to give Moomin a bit of air time, you know. Oh, was that Ian?
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Oh, Ian. That's the dipper. Bad for the back end, but he held it well. Didn't seem to have any problems there. Marvellous. Marvellous.
Raising the wall on the exit.
Who is?
Moomin.
Oh, grazing the wall. Sorry, I was concentrating on advertising the stream. Many apologies, as they say in Blackadderland. Many apologies.
Richie is the first to start his lap.
Right, let's get on board with Richie. Richie likes this. We're going to do it in Richie's favourite position. Sat behind the wheel. La la la. Meanwhile, continuing to advertise the stream.
Oh, I think I had some.
Community. No. Yes. Here he goes. You've got to get this one just right. You can lose quite a lot of time by hitting the wall. This one you've got to turn in early by that tree, then you turn early by that tree, you go out but don't hit the wall. You got to watch this one. If you turn in too early, you hit the wall. If you turn too late, you're in the gravel. This one, go out wide, hit the brakes at the last possible moment, down to third, negotiate that, down to second, hug the wall on the right, and then cut that early. That's what I learned watching some other races. Don't go higher than third here, but keep your foot to the floor, and that gives you, make sure you get in slow enough and do a slightly wide apex, because the camber of the corner helps you round it. Floor it. Don't. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's like if you sit in the middle, it makes it very hard for people to get past, which is bad, because that's just bad. You can do that flat out. hit the brakes before the trees. Second or third for that corner, never sure, but try to avoid the curve on the inside. You can hit the curve on the inside of that corner. This one, hit the brakes at about 75 metres. Go down to second on the apex, or you end up on the grass, like that. And that's your lap. What has he got? 2:03. Excellent. Not bad at all.
Madrilino are next across with a 2:03.3. Then Newman will be on next.
On board with Moomin.
2:04.88.
2:04.488, I should say.
With a 2:02.8.
Ian! See, Ian was finding all the places he could bounce off so he could go faster. 2:02! That's so much faster. But Muggelina is the kind of guy that does like a safe lap. Let's go on board with Muggelina. Let's go into our favourite position. Come on.
Through Quarry Corner. Raid Park.
You're showing off now, aren't you?
Yeah, Frog Hollow. I'm showing off, but what I don't tell you is I've got a map just next to me.
I've got a map too. It's just it's behind the other things I'm looking at the moment. So it's like, okay.
Through the Dipper. Pretty much exactly the same lap as he had just now. Only 0.002.
We could have a bit of an upset. We could have Ian blasting everybody else.
Looks like a better exit than you got on the last lap from Forest Elbows though.
It's a funny one. I find that I can do consistent laps, but that last few, the last couple of seconds of extra time is in small changes, isn't it? And braking. So much braking around here. See how much later he braked? But he managed, oh yeah. He brakes about 100 metres there, which is a lot later than...
Oh wow.
That's what it looked like to me. Must remember to save the sprint race. Must remember.
Let's do it. 2:03.4. Didn't improve.
Right. Okie dokie. Well, let's go on board with somebody. Let's go on board with what,
Ian are about to finish.
Full lap on board with Moomin. 3 minutes 22 seconds left of this qualifying.
Ian improved again with a 2:02.80.
So he's not, what, 70 hundredths of a second, just over, off his time. So consistent, very consistent.
How much time is that? 1 second between first and fourth?
I've just advertised, because I can't find the bit where I'm meant to put... Oh, it's clips and highlights, isn't it? There you go. And I know Richie hates me putting things in the wrong place. So...
Do you put it in the wrong place on purpose?
No, not generally, but sometimes when I can't find the right place, I put it in the wrong place, knowing that I'll just have a laugh. Thinking, well, it gives Richie something to be annoyed about. And if that makes him happy, I'm happy. With his magic mushrooms and his Guinness. I have no idea if he actually has magic mushrooms. Just he's known as the Magic Guinness Fairy, and mushrooms are magic, aren't they? So.
Oh, Ian's hit the wall. Coming out of the dipper. Or well, the corner after the dipper.
The Z4 seems quite understeery. Is that your experience of it?
It is. Second gear is very understeery.
Okie dokie. Because one of the things I like about the GT3 Merc is how it's not tail slidey, but it's not understeery. It is a relatively neutral car, and that's nice. And it's not too nasty on throttle either.
Mujanina's improved. He is now in second.
So coming to the end of Moomin's lap. As I just thought I'd do. Oh, very understeery. Took too much speed. Oh, binned it on the last corner. That's so frustrating. So frustrating. So who should we be on board with now? So let's go for the pink monster. We're not going to go behind the wheel this time. We're going to have a look at the Jazzy bonnet. It's got DTR and EDTM written all over it.
Very supportive of Diaco.
He's number 4. Well, they're part of the dream team. See, it's got to be done. Yeah. I mean, I've got to be supportive of these people because they're very good friends and they're very kind, and I love them. Bits.
I think Ian's using EDTM as well.
Is he?
Very light deliveries, yeah.
Excellent. I'm nearly finished. Putting the things in. I'll put it into the Guinness Lounge Racing. Diaco's thingy. I've got to find the right one in there. I was looking at... Oh, come on. It's in... I know where you put it in this. It's support for support. Very community-minded, that man. Put it into Taya's stream. Still haven't been on.
He started the Conrod stream, and I think him and Ian are the cars left on the track.
So does Muggelina not like this track then? Because some people, I like Damo. Damo hates this track. I think it's this track that he hates. There's certainly... Yes. Which is why I'm disappointed he's not in it, because I know Richie loves it, Diaco hates it, and I mean Moomin, I suppose maybe he's somewhere in between. It's kind of, so it was going to be this kind of like yin yang and kick him in the balls sort of.
Richie with a 2024.
Told you he likes this track. That is, wow, he just went proper balls out there, didn't he? That was pink
Ian
out.
on the best lap though.
Oh, we're on with Ian. Going over the line. 59.
203.
Oh, he's just done it. That is astonishing. That is astonishing.
Oh, wow. They put some balls to the balls on that one.
Okay, I've taken a screenshot of the times. So we got the fastest first and third sectors. Muggelina got the fastest sector 4. But it was only a little bit faster than Richie. Yes, that was quite a lot of that time was done. He lost time. Ian lost time in sector 2, gained a lot of time in sector 3 over Richie, and lost time in sector 4. That he did his best time, but Richie was like a 28.9, nearly just under 29 seconds. So that's fascinating. That's a real mix-up. Muggelina in third. And Al Moomin bringing up the rear in that understeery monster with its big straight 6 out the front. With its big nose. It's got a big nose. Is it possible? Nope, you can't save that replay. Okay, fine, whatever. So I've come out of that screen because I don't know if the glitch happens on... Well, it's a race anyway, so the glitch will happen. Yeah. So I'll go back in when you start the race. Read the results, Mr. Sir. Go for it.
There isn't a nice results page you can look at from qualifying.
God, there isn't. It gives you a member list, but it doesn't tell you the thing.
So you've got Ian with a 2023. Well, it's gone already. Richie had a 2024. Muggelina, I believe, was a 203 flat. And Moomin with a 2038.
Where do you find screenshots in this?
It was a 2038.
2038. Where do you find?
I can't believe I remembered that.
Screenshots? That's just ridiculous. They're not in...
Hello, Cypher.
Media, there you go. Media. So... Not video clips. Oh, we're on there. We started already. Whoa.
Ian's jumped the start, unfortunately. Muggelina up the inside of Moomin.
There we go.
Richie already outside of the slipstream range.
He is indeed. Right, I'm in there now. I was looking for that. I thought you were eating someone to tell you that. But okay. It's no problem.
Okay.
Ecco, Barcelona. We are on board. Looking back. Let's go back to Muggelina. So Muggelina's got up to second when he started third. He's jumped Ian, who... Well, everyone's jumped Ian. Oh, because he jumped the start. You said that.
Start.
Oh, you've got to be so careful. Moomin is already out of slipstream range, and Ian is closing in on Moomin. He was outside, but he's closing in on Moomin now. So we'll keep watching from here, because the battle will be watching Ian recover. Can he be in this 5-lap race sort of aggressive enough to do something about it, but careful enough not to crash and burn? Oh, which is exactly what I was talking about. That is an example of what I was talking about. He was. You get that sort of owl-like focus, don't you?
Yeah.
You know, blinkered vision, and all you can think of is getting past this guy, and that is not the best corner to do it on. So he pushed too hard.
Only 0.3 seconds off Richie.
Oh, so his racecraft is definitely coming to the fore here. Oh, but Richie's pushing hard. He wants to win this. He's got the inside line on the brakes. He's got him on the brakes. Will he do the switchback? No, can't do the switchback. This was Mudgelin's fastest sector though, wasn't it? Sector 4.
The F-Type just holds on a bit better through those fast corners.
Oh, see, what's happening here is the classic Richie. He knows he's fast, he loves the circuit, so he's sort of overreaching the, you know, he's what's the word? Reaching for times. He's chasing the lap time, chasing the car in front, and then that brings in. It's great for a while. You get this kind of laser focus, but you know, I was talking about the police, talking about making progress. The other thing that they do is red mist. If you show red mist, it's the Hendon driving school that I've read about. Police driving school, the Class 1 pursuit drivers, and people like the sort of Royal Protection, Special Branch drivers, that kind of stuff. It's pulling away. It's pulling away. Now those corners is catching up a bit, and if you show any kind of red mist, you get too focused and you lose your perspective of what's going on, and then while you can be very, very fast, you miss something and have a massive crash. Does that make sense?
Oh, Ian!
What's Ian done now?
Gliding down the dipper,
and it looked like there was Moomin ended up on some mud there as well. Just want to see if Richie managed to catch up a little bit. But now we've got sector 4. Let's see if Muggelina can pull away.
Yeah. Pulling away down the straights.
Well, I was just thinking in sector 4, it's the braking. He's not pulled away down the straights much. Tiny bit.
He's braking like 50 metres later for this left-hander.
Yeah, he gained a whole 1/10 of a second in that one corner.
He's now losing it now though.
Yeah, he's lost it there. Oh, and there.
Oh, Ian's got past Moomin. I think Moomin's had an off through the...
Oh no. So and there, he's now got 8/10 of a second. 9.
He's turned right at a left-hander.
That's weird. That is really strange. Done With Precision is on there.
And yeah, you are right, so it is really good for the perception of speed this track.
Say that again?
Perception of speed and entertainment value.
Oh, I see. Yes. Did I say that? Right. So Ian is 5 seconds behind Richie, who's now 1.5 seconds. He's caught up a tinsy bit, but he ended up like 9/10. Before you told me that Moomin had his off, which we missed obviously because I was looking at this fight. I get people saying, "Oh, go back to this fight," or "Look at that fight at the front," and it's like, well, I can't look at all the fights at once.
Yeah. That's why we look at them afterwards.
That's why we started doing that exactly. Now, see, that's an interesting one. He caught up a little bit through. Tell me the corners. Just before the dipper, the two before the dipper, you got the little straight, and then you've got to brake hard down to third.
Oh. So
it is the S's, isn't it? It is the S's.
Yeah, it is just the S's, and then Skyline is the corner into the S's.
So you get Castrol Curve leading to Brock's Skyline. Castrol Tower there, and then by the Castrol Tower, and then he got the S's into the dipper, and he did the S's well, but then got sort of a snap oversteer on braking into the dipper. What's happening? What's happening? What are you seeing?
Ian's pushing hard, sliding through.
But he's actually further behind, and he's now got a penalty.
Sliding through the chase.
And now he's on the grass.
Oh.
See, this is the thing, he's trying to chase the times. You can't do that at Bathurst. I found that out. The fastest times I've ever done on here, I think my very fastest time in any car was a 1:53.
Muggelina's put in a 2:02.
Wow, 202.2. And now he's down to a 2:03. The fuel and the tyre wear are off for this race, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
So super soft. With no wear.
I like the super softs. Again, when I was doing my trying outs for the Road to 161 race 1, and I did those 200 odd laps over several sort of races, made a bit of money as well because they were just custom races. I found that the super softs, I was just trying different things out. The super softs were brilliant, and even when they were wearing quite badly, they offered quite a lot of grip, and it was still predictable.
Yeah.
The soft I found to be awful. He always takes that last S of the S's, he always oversteers. He's going into it a bit too fast, so he loses time there. His back is definitely spinning the back wheel. Sorry, not spinning the back wheel, but sliding the back. Lovely drift. It's great to watch. 1.8 seconds behind now. Let's go and have a look.
He's just following the Acid Jazz livery.
Yes. Well, it's good livery. But also, you know, you rearranged the calendar so Richie could do this race. Ian's having a terrible time now. He's got another penalty, and just not having a good time. In fact, Moomin, who was 23 seconds behind him, is now only 8 seconds behind him and chasing him down. They're both on the Conrod straight together. Ian is now 29 seconds behind Richie, who's 1.7 seconds behind Muggelina. So let's have a look. See, Ian, I said it. Yeah, Richie, he's done a 2:02.4, but then his last lap was a 2:04.1. So you can tell the laps that he's sort of like managed to calm himself down enough. We talked about Jackie Stewart talking about this, didn't we? He reckoned one of his big advantages was that he'd already done Olympic level competitive sports, and so he'd already learnt how to control his emotions so that he was able to shoot, because you've got to be very calm when you're shooting, and that gave him a real advantage, he reckoned, when he started going into races where he would remove all emotion beforehand and just become very calm. So those first few laps, everybody else is going nuts, and he's able to sort of focus properly and be patient. Master
only 1 second behind Muggelina.
Yes, maybe he's heard us. Let's have a watch him. Still sliding a bit on that one, but he's definitely catching him up. Look, 7/10. He's in slipstream range. 5. He's less than
4.
half a second now.
2.
What's gone on? Now. Something's happened here. Does Muggelina feel bad? He's got the slip. He's going past. He's having him. Oh, outside line. How's this going to work out? That's very hard to do. Oh. He's on the grass. He's on the grass. Can he stop? Now he's side by side going round. Oh, how did they not take each other out there? That was superb driving. Who's better on the brakes? The F-Top's pretty good on the brakes, but Richie's getting brave. Is he going to get the slip trap? Slip trap? No. Cut back. Yes. Slip trap. What the hell? That...
Yeah.
What was this? Was Richie playing with everybody? Was he just like...
That was the final lap. Oh,
that was the lap. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's like, right, last lap, I'm having him now. This is the kind of thing that Seb Coe and Steve Ovett used to do to people. They would let people, and Rossi Rossi used to do that. He used to let people go, oh, let them go for a bit, let them pass me, cool me tyres down a bit, and then I'm having them in the last 2 laps. Overtake them in the last bend. That's insane.
And what for P3.
Whoa. That's frightening. Right, let's...
Yeah, sorry, for Jackie Stewart was brilliant.
He was the total package. He was super fast, super brave. People gave him a lot of hassle for the safety campaign stuff that he did. But, you know, he was the first guy called Regenmeister by the Germans. He was the master, and he was the Regenmeister on the Nordschleife in torrential rain, and he won by 4 minutes. You couldn't see 100 yards ahead of you with this, and with the spray, forget it. And he won by 4 minutes. And he was the first. The Germans called him the Regenmeister. So incredible. He was the one that nicknamed it the Green Hell. In fact, that's his term for the place. And then, of course, you know, losing a friend, because they were much closer friends, the drivers in those days. They used to holiday together, used to fly out together, drive out together, stay together. All their wives and girlfriends knew each other. They were much closer, and on average, you would lose one every 3 months. I mean, now we get one every 10 years, and there's a massive woo, one every 3 months, and people are going, yeah, it's just racing, and he just didn't like that, you know. Anyway, okay, we have.
Richie, you were toying with me.
That's what it looked like to me.
It did look like it. It's like you sat there like maintaining a gap of 1.7, 1.5. And then final corner, it's just like, oh yeah, I'm here now.
So, right, last lap. Okay, so do you want to read out the results, or shall I? Go on, you do. Me? Oh, okay.
I'm going to get them all tallied up.
You start getting everything ready, I'll read this out. So, we have DTR Richie in his AMG GT3 from 2016, winning in a total time of 10 minutes, 21 seconds, .980 over Muggelina, who he overtook. There were 4 corners side by side, and then he got him on the very last corner, so he was .202 ahead on the final lap, toying with us all, playing our emotions. Muggelina, Dirk from sunny Deutschland in his beautiful white and blue F-Type Group 3 car, followed by Ian, who qualified on pole, did a super duper fast time, unfortunately jumped the start and then was pushing for the time and had a few offs, which caused all sorts of problems. He didn't get to finish on that lap, and then Moomin in his Z4 with his understeery nature, the only one that chose the F4, the Z4. So, but did a valiant job, had a bit of a problem, and was catching Ian at the end. What a fantastic race. Fastest lap goes to Muggelina, though. 202.2. So he gets the point for that. That's awesome. That's awesome. Let's have a look at this lap chart thing. That's useless. It doesn't show you anything.
Yeah, it doesn't actually.
It just doesn't show you. You see it crossing things. It's just like, yeah, whatever.
So congratulations, Richie. That was... Alright. Event settings.
So, we are now waiting for Bossman Vinesy to do that. And then... So if I go in now, it'll work. No, it won't. Will it?
No.
No. Gran Turismo Sport.
Well, at least we can actually have lobbies.
This is true. I mean, Gran Turismo 7 is so good in so many ways and so bad in so many others.
Yeah. It's like... really good for the single player aspect. All the multiplayer stuff is a bit of a mess.
Right. I'm actually enjoying driving it. I'm finding the driving. I'm still not fast, but it's actually enjoyable. And I said to you yesterday, didn't I, that what's happening on the game, at least with the steering and the feel of the car, with the steering, translates to what I know from driving a real car. You know, that there is what I know I can use, whereas in Gran Turismo Sport I had to have a shift of thinking in that this is a game, and you have to find out how the game behaves, not drive a car.
Yeah. Because on this is like, was it Tyson said it's like you just aim and shoot. I don't know if you're in the chat with us or not.
Point and shoot. Yeah, that rings a bell. It rings a bell.
But it is, though, isn't it? It's like you just turn and hope for the best. That's what I do anyway. You just sort of aim for somewhere and just go for it. You don't need to be smooth or anything.
Just point out, Dougie's in the chat. He said he's just popping in, but thank you for popping in, bud. Smash a like, subscribe, and I would like. I've been put in the mood for having a Taco Bell. I've never had a Taco Bell, so if you want to send me a Taco Bell, I'll have that. It's all Matt's fault. They were having Taco Bell yesterday.
Yeah,
Kobe.
Yeah, GT7 is a sim. It's a lot more of a sim.
It is more like a sim. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
What this feels like was sort of like a Forza, like, you know, just pick it up and anyone can just play it.
Have you ever played Sega Rally, the actual arcade game?
No.
Before, the reason why I don't use controllers, I can't use the controllers to drive these cars. Yeah. I have tried in the past. I've had friends with Gran Turismo, and I used to watch them, and they go, "You have a go." And I remember going around the Nürburgring, and I told Hugh this before he got me to do it, that I just zigzagged between the barriers. You know, everything was an overcorrection or a spin or a bing bang, bing bang, bing bang. I'm like, that's not enjoyable to me. But Sega Rally, again, I could kind of do it. I wasn't super fast, but I could do it, you know, on the easier tracks. And the way it slid and the way it did all the stuff, especially Sega Rally 2, that's what Gran Turismo Sport reminds me of. It wasn't quite like a real car, but it was in that direction. It was getting there, you know. Done With Precision, yeah, that game was a classic, certainly was. So, you know, whereas Gran Turismo 7, I kept having...
Do you want to get spectate mode on?
Okie dokie. Come on, do it, get in there. Woohoo! We're going to be on board with Muggelina, so we can watch it all.
There we go.
Racing mediums, racing softs, racing mediums, racing mediums. So, Rich is on the dice and is starting on softs. I noticed in the AM race yesterday, good start by all of them. So this is a reverse grid. For anybody wondering why it's a reverse grid, it's because it's a reverse grid.
Yeah.
Half an hour of battling between these four nut jobs.
Oh, Muggelina, look into the inside of Moomin already.
Look at him, he's just... Well, they've both got a slipstream. So that Z4 doesn't seem to be quite as fast down the straight. Is that...
No, it is
fair?
What I found is it's not the best handling and it's not the best top speed, but it is quite good on tyres and fuel.
Oh right, so it's Richie's overcooked it into that turn, which I can't remember the name of because I don't remember. Anyway, we've got Ant. He did this yesterday. He saw something else yesterday. He sees dead cars.
Dead pets.
Dead pets yesterday, yes. So I don't know. So that yesterday was Ninth Sense. Oh, because we were talking about the cat ruining his race.
Yeah,
weren't
the cat ruining his race. Muggelina looking to make a move on Ian. Well, it's not to make a move, but catch up. I would be looking to make a move because I'm stupid.
So if it's dead cars, what number would it be? It's not Sixth Sense, obviously, because that's dead people. Ninth Sense is dead cats. Dead cars would be fifth gear? Fifth Sense? No, that can't be right. It's got to be more than six, hasn't it?
It's got to be more than 6.
007 always has cars. Yeah. 007 Sense.
So
for a long time I accidentally seemed to always have V8. V8, yes! See, this is why Ant's my friend. He brakes so late into that corner. Right, keep an eye on the times because I can't... Richie is catching up after his little iggy-majiggy.
That's it, we don't have Seb here today to do some weird strategy, so I wonder what everyone else is going to do.
Well, Richie's the only one that's mixed things up a bit. He's on the softs. As I was saying, yesterday we had, in the AM race, because I did watch the AM race after our stream watched the Pro-Am and the Pro. That was a long night. God, I went to bed at 6 o'clock in the morning because I was so wired I couldn't get to sleep. But I noticed that whereas our lot, everyone starts on the mediums, and I think in the pro lobby they did the same, didn't they? In the AM lobby, they all seem to start. A lot of them starts on the softs. Who did?
Hornet.
Yes,
I think he was
and Andre. Yes, he did. He mixed. He threw the dice, and it didn't quite pay out for him. But the battle at the end was
blocked him quite a lot.
Did you? You were
I didn't block him.
You're all nuts.
I wasn't letting him go.
Combination of you and Enra, and then the cat killing Diaco, because Enra is just unapologetically, viciously competitive.
Yeah.
And you're sort of like 3 notches down from that. And Seb, he's like a notch up from you, maybe 2. Does that ring a bell?
I think that's fair.
Yeah. And Diaco does. I mean, look, here we go. So Ian has gathered his wits. He's doing his breathing exercises, and he's doing super fast times. We're on board with Richie. Moomin 7 seconds behind. You can see him has just come down the hill.
Richie to the inside.
Richie to the inside. It's like the last lap of the sprint race all over again, but we're only at the end of lap 2. How did they miss each other there? My goodness. How did they miss each other there? This is fantastic. This is going to be well, I'm going to say it's going to be a 3-way battle. These two are going to be fighting each other, and if Ian keeps his head and just does what he's doing at the moment, he'll be away from that. Oh, Richie Roo, what are you up to? It's like that thing from Disenchantment when the elf says, "Did you touch my bum bum?" Just so funny the way he says that. I don't expect Americans to use terms like bum. They say butt and ass and tush. They don't say bum. It just made me laugh. Slowly making my way through.
Richie on the soft, he's stuck behind Magdalena on the softer tyre.
Well, well, it's one. Oh! And his tyres are wearing. Let's have a look at the wear. The mediums are less worn, which seems obvious, but also we know the F-Type looks after the tyres nicely.
It's something you don't see. The F-Type uses the most amount of fuel.
You don't know what is...
Something you don't see all the time is that the F-Type is used the most amount of fuel out of the lot.
Yeah. Now, if you look, see the thing about Ian is that he's fast, so he's got 206.6 compared with a 206.7 for Magdalena and a 205.2. So that shows you how fast Richie's doing. Now he's right behind him now. Will he be able to do something about this? Yeah, the thing is that Ian's going super quick. So this is the problem being too close at the beginning of a straight. You need that gap to get the overspeed. Oh, grass! He's got a wiggle on. Wiggle, 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 as Dougie was saying yesterday. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Again, he's not got the inside. He's not got the inside. There's no space. He's letting him go. Oh, I see, clever. He's letting him go so he can get a good exit from the corner. And is he going to touch his bum bum again?
Oh, he's
done with precision. He's done it. He's got... Oh, but there's still... No, I'm saying he's got it. Now, Dirk has also been clever there. He lifted off and did a nice smooth corner to stay alongside him. What we're seeing here, folks, is brilliant racing. Clever racing. Patient racing. Yes. Oh no, so we're doing it wrong because, I mean, the idiots in F1, they know how to make a race, turn it into Indy cars, boring as hell. I love the way, you get a 2-hour race and only the last 5 minutes count. Oh, yeah. I watched, we've got Done With Precision, who's obviously one of our transatlantic cousins, because he's saying that it's right, we never say bum. So we only use it when trying to be cute or mimic Europe, which is fair enough. It's like we have so much American television over here. Lots of people say butt, so we know what a butt is. But a butt is also a big barrel that you keep water in.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe that's where it came from. If you got a big butt, same shape. I don't know. You know, I like languages, origins of words. It's etymology is one of my things I like. Anyway, would you leave these stars? What was I saying? I was talking about the. No, I completely forgot what I was saying. No, before that. Oh yeah, IndyCars. I did watch. I had the opportunity to watch a full Indy 500 once, and I watched the full Indy 500. Was bored to tears. The reason why I was bored to tears is the same reason why I'm bored to tears with Formula One now. You couldn't see a pattern of what was going on. I like patterns. I like seeing the skill and the tactics, and you know, when you in the days when Schumacher had Ross Brawn as the guy, the mastermind of his tactics, you know, and you could see how in a slightly slower car Schumacher would win because he delivered what he could, and the tactics were perfect, and they would beat the McLaren, which in Häkkönen's hand was a much faster car. I love that kind of stuff. Whereas in the Indy 500, it was like you'd see some people racing, you'd enjoy a bit of racing, you know, the racing was great, and then suddenly, oh, Glesga joined us. Hi, Glesga.
There we go. Richie,
and then suddenly there'd be a crash, and you'd get, oh, what happened there?
He's gone wide. He's just gone wide.
He's I think he outbraked himself into that corner, gone wide, and Richie's gone past.
Yeah, he
so
had
now
Richie on the inside.
Oh,
Ian.
What happened? Did he hit him? I was on board with Muggelina.
I think Ian just got a bit loose coming out of the...
Oh no, the pressure. It's the pressure. This is what we're talking about, the Jackie Stewart thing, about controlling your emotions. If you can sort of not take the pressure.
But Ian is on quite a bit more fuel than Richie.
Yes, Ian's on about 2/3. Richie... Oh, Richie's lost it! Richie's lost it! Oh no, all that hard work, and he's now 3 seconds behind and having to sort of speed up again. His tyres are looking... Yeah, the right rear tyre is really worn, and that's what would have slipped there. So now you've got Muggelina and Ian having a fight. Oh, Ian's on the grass! Oh, that's unfortunate, that would have lost him so much traction. He was lucky to keep it, skillful to keep it going. So Muggelina's finally in the lead. What a fantastic race. We get some good racing. Anyway, to finish saying about the Indy 500, something would happen, or there'd be there would be a crash or something, and of course the Indy 500, you got the Brickyard. People die on the. I mean, Justin Wilson died on the walls of an oval, so you can't mess about. Safety car comes out, everybody dives into the pits. The weird thing was though is when they came out the pits, it was. Who was in the lead? It was somebody completely unrelated. Yeah, I saw that. Somebody completely unrelated to who was in the lead before. It's like, what the hell? This is literally, it was like shaking a dice or doing a lottery. You know, you shake all the tickets and pull a new one out. Oh, we'll have number 57 in the lead now. Or the first 10 cars are going to be completely different. And it's like, what the hell? How does any of this translate to the skill and the speed of the drivers and the tactics of the team? Didn't know what was going on. Maybe that was the problem. But they're doing that. Oh, he's overcooked it into... I've got to learn the name of that. Damn, what is that one called? Yes, we're all very well, thanks, Glesga. Thank you.
That one is the cutting.
BP cutting, yes. Griffin's Bend going into BP's cutting.
Hey, I got a flash from Ian.
Woo!
Hello, Ian.
Hi. Well, it looks like Richie is using his worn soft tyre to the best of his ability, and he is. I hope he's not driving angry. Oh yeah, the dipper. Oh my goodness gracious me! It's all happening.
Oh, Richie's so fun to watch.
I've got his voice in my head yelling no like that in that way he does. Right, let's see what Done With Precision goes. You're right. No, never. Done With Precision is laughing at us, laughing at me probably. But it was just they're turning F1 into that, where every time natural racing gaps happen, They're all going, oh, there's no...
That's what I like about F2.
Oh, okay.
They can...
Richie is
when
in
the
the
safety
pits.
car's out, they can't actually change tyres or do anything like that.
Oh, so they close off the pit lane, so you don't get any... So, because the reason why George Russell... Oh, Ian, what's that throttle, mate? Throttle and weight transfer in that corner. That's a nasty one. Yeah, the reason why Russell ended up ahead of Hamilton was simply because Hamilton pitted and then the safety car came out and Russell could dive in and get a free pit stop. Which, you know, I don't actually have a problem with that kind of stuff because it's the luck of the draw. That's genuine luck of the draw.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on. The problem I have with all these things is, how can I put it? Say there's an accident and they have a virtual safety car. So you got 5 laps behind a virtual safety car. They clean it all up and then they bring the real safety car out, and it's like, why have you done that?
Yeah.
If you're going to bring the real safety car out, bring the real safety car out. If it's something that needs a safety car, you bring the safety car out for safety, because it's a safety car. If it was fine for 5-10 laps under the virtual safety car, why have you brought the real safety car out? Well, it's obvious, because they want to bunch it all up. You on board with Ian?
Moomin.
Oh, you're on board with Moomin. I'm on board with Ian, sliding around the hill, the mountain.
Out of the park. It's originally they've a 3-second gap now to Ian. But a lot less fuel.
The tyres look, they're slightly more worn on Ian's if you look at the rears.
He has been sliding around a lot more.
And that is, but he's got a lot more fuel, so he can go longer. But this is the thing: will that help or not? Ian's coming in. Ian's coming in. Richie on his medium tyres with 2/3 of a tank is now charging along. We are on lap 7.
Halfway.
The leader has now started lap 8. Yep, 15 minutes has just gone past. Richie, I was going to say, is charging to catch up with Moomin. Oh, overcut that one. Oh, managed to hold it together a bit, kept his brake pedal down a bit longer. He's 28 seconds behind Mugelina, who hasn't pitted yet.
Oh, he's out in front of Ian.
Yep, so he's overtaken Ian using the pit stop. The extra speed he got by having Moomin 7.5 seconds behind. Let's go to the front with Mugelina, who is 28 seconds ahead.
Is that a 28-second stop for Ian now?
I don't know. Let's have a look at these lap times. He needs to come in soon though, because
Ian lost 28 seconds to Mugelina during that stop.
Okay.
So with Mugelina's fuel issue as well, he'll probably be in longer. Richie might actually come out in first.
But he'll be on soft tyres, so the positions will be reversed. Will Richie be able to... But judging by the way that it went on the last lap of the sprint race...
Mugelina losing a lot of time.
Yes, now 26 seconds. Richie really is...
He needs a good gap though. He needs Mugelina to burn the softs before he catches him.
Yes,
then also we did see how hard it was for Richie
little bit
in the first stint.
Ian is just under 4.5 seconds behind Richie.
Mugelina is in. See where Ian ends up in relation to Mugelina.
You've got a bunch of people. You've got a bunch of Poms visiting. They're obviously visiting because it's the British team. You know, they're visiting Australia and they're all sunburnt. That's why they're red. There we go. Richie, we're on board with Richie now. 4.8 seconds ahead of Ian. Cars IAR9. Sorry, Glenn. Let's have a quick look. So 2:04.556. It's not the fastest lap, but he's now on He's actually got the fastest lap. That was the fastest lap.
Yeah. Oh, Ian's come out just ahead of Virgilino.
He lost a lot of time, didn't he? So, we are on lap 9. We have 12 minutes left.
Richie has
is he going to go? Is he going to do it? He shouldn't have bothered. How's he going to get past over the mountain? It's hard. It's very difficult to get.
You can get through around this one, around the outside.
Yes, but it's the people that when I was being like, oh, but Ian's sort of like, I don't know, he's kind of driving with his eyes in the mirror. Stop looking at the mirror. Oh, he's going to have it. He's going to get past now. He did a bit of pinball between the two walls, but he's going to fight back. But he's on the grass.
Oh, at the inside.
What's he doing? Trying to go this? How did they miss each other? Muggelina is now on the softs and is pulling away in the S's. Down into the dipper. Oh, he was pushing too. They were both pushing so hard. They were sliding all over the place. They were like ice skating. Glasgow saying that he's been watching some of the Goodwood racing stuff earlier. Yes, Goodwood's just superb. The sounds. What I love the most is the sounds of the cars. They're not sort of strangulated screamers like they are these days, or strangulated asthmatic farts like they are in an F1 car. You know, Hoovers. Woo, he's got the slipstream, but can he do anything with it? Muggelina will obviously. He couldn't take that corner as well. Can't brake as well. He's lost a bit of time on braking. Oh, Muggelina really is on the edge. He's defending. Ian's trying to stay with him.
Perhaps a move up the mountain straight.
Ian's not giving up on this at all, is he? You can see Richie just going around turn 1. That's a very strange. Oh, overcooked it into turn 1. Let's have a look at these lap times. So, let's have a quick look at Moomin. See his turn 1. Pretty consistent times though. 207, 207, 207, 207, 207. Pit stop, 204. Outlap, 208. But he's on the softs now, so that should get better. Oh, let's have a look. 206, 207, 207, 207, 207. Pits is like 2 minutes 38 each. Whoa! Yahoo! He's having fun, isn't he?
Yeah. Richie is losing time to Muggelina now.
Okay, now Muggelina's not having to deal with his big Merc bonnet and grilling is right up his job. 207, so Muggelina 206, 207, 206, 206, 206, 205, so he is faster. But he had a much, as you had predicted, he had 3 seconds slower pit stop. 2:41 that lap rather than the 2:38.
He had a 9 seconds slower stop than Richie.
Yes, I'm on Richie now. He's a little bit more inconsistent, but much faster. So 205, 207, 206, 210, which must have been when he was having fighty fights. 232. So that is 6 seconds faster than everybody else, and as you say, 9 seconds faster than. And then 203, 204, 205. So interesting indeed.
Next, but you can see Muggelina's had a 3 second faster lap on the last lap.
I'm just going to watch him go over the line to see what his lap time is.
Then Muggelina with a 204.
204 dead. He's taken a second and a half.
So how many laps? 3 laps left?
8 minutes. So 3 or 4 laps left, I reckon. He's 5 seconds behind, but he's reeling him in. We don't know what the fuel saving is. Richie has a quarter of a tank of fuel, a lot less fuel, so Muggelina will be able to have the fuel on a higher setting. Done With Precision is glued to this one. Well, that's very good. We are too, actually, which is why I keep forgetting to look at the chat. Sorry, I'm too busy looking at this. Oh, Richie getting a bit untidy, going too fast into those other corners that I don't know the name of. Turning by
See,
the tree.
I've been given the timing sheet for Richie, but not the fuel or anything.
You can't see the fuel.
No, I can see his timing sheet.
You get some weird stuff. Sometimes you can see what fuel setting he's on,
radar.
can't you?
I've got track map for Moomin and Moomin's drifting around the cutting.
Oh, sounds like his engine's broke.
I've got the track map for Moomin and Ian, the radar for Mugilina, and then the timing screen for Richie.
Right.
I'm not sure why, but I did.
See, I keep thinking that you can change those things because it's got the arrows.
Yeah.
But I've never managed to find which button to press to do it. So I'm going to stay on board with Mugilina because he's in the middle of a sandwich. He's pulling away from Ian. Who's... Oh,
Ian!
I just switched to Ian to see the rally driving.
Oh, he's very well caught.
That
very
was...
well.
He didn't lose as much time as he could have. Whenever I do something like that, I end up in the wall.
6 seconds lost.
But
he's very well.
He's
controlled.
wearing those soft tyres out really badly, but he's got quite a lot of fuel on board, so he'll have full power. Which is half a tank, so plenty of fuel for Mugilina. He'll be able to be on full beans. He's now only 2.6 seconds behind Richie and reeling him in down the straights. Richie knows he's not got enough fuel. And his tyres, very similar actually. The wear is actually very similar. But Richie came in a lot earlier, so that's interesting how he's managed to keep the tyres in better condition.
Yeah, I think what Richie's done is taken less fuel on board, so he had a quicker stop, so he could have track position over dirt.
Which makes sense when you think how hard it was for either of them to get past the other.
Yeah,
you know,
early on.
The only reason Mugilina ended up ahead was because Richie made a big mistake.
Yeah.
Remember? Not under pressure even either, it was just like his back end went, didn't it?
Yeah.
In the dipper.
I think he lost it through a dipper, didn't he?
Here we go, see how he does this. See Mugilina keeping it much tidier there. He's sort of obviously got his Zen head on. That's what I should say more often. Has he gone Zen? 1.6, 1.5, 1.4, 1.3. He's reeling him in, but he's got to get past, and that's the hard bit. He's less than a second. Coming to the end of lap 12. He's now in slipstream range. Right there. So the Acid Jazz DTR AMG Mercedes GT3 of Richie Roux in the lead and now under massive pressure from the Zendirk of Mugilina in his white and blue. Can this be payback time for the sprint race?
Little issue from Richie.
He's got him. He's got him.
It's going to go up the inside. Yeah.
Let's go on board with Richie, who's now 4.7 seconds ahead of Ian, so that looks pretty safe unless something really bad goes on. He just knows he's much slower at this point. Or is he going to do what he did before?
Yeah, this is like I tried to do with Tyson.
Yes.
And we finished like 0.2 or something. So
look at the fuel difference though. I mean, he's got an eighth of a tank, and we've got 3 minutes 28 left. So they'll finish this lap, 2 more laps. They'll finish this lap and they'll get 14 laps in, we reckon, yeah?
Yeah.
And he's keeping it smooth, apart from a little bit of rally driving. Ian is catching him up quite quickly. Ian's got tons of fuel. Yeah, his tyres look like they've been chewed by a beaver. Oh, as you can see, he does fantastic, drifting around the first bit of the dipper. Now, Mugilina, your Zen head's come off a bit because you're only 8 tenths. He's pulling away now though. He's using the superior power. He's outside of slipstream range.
Doesn't he?
Yeah, well, His lights flashing. His lights flashing. Will he be able to finish? Oh man, can you imagine how annoyed he would be if he runs out of fuel again like he did that last time? Oh my goodness.
I can't believe Dirk ran out of fuel again, and
everybody.
Everyone ran out of fuel.
But what was so funny, I mean, I was crying. I nearly couldn't breathe because, especially re-watching it, when you got Dirk and you got Andre, and Andre had already run out of fuel, so he was already in sort of like coast mode. Dirk hadn't, so he goes past him, but screws up the last corner because he runs out of fuel on the last corner. So he hits the wall, which took his momentum away, and you've got the slowest drag race ever.
Yeah, of course it's coasting past.
But with Diaco weaving in the front to try and every time Andre went in one direction, Diaco kind of like, it's like, well, I'm not going to hit into you, but I'm going to make it hard work. You're not coming past that side. No, you're not coming past that. It was like watching. What was that one where you got Schumacher and Hakkinen having a fight when they both go past Zonta, sorry, Ricardo Zonta, if you remember him. Might be before your time. This is at Spa, and they're at the end of the Kemmel Straight, and they do this. Hakkinen passes Schumacher while Schumacher's passing Zonta, 3 abreast, going into. Well, I can't remember the name of it. That first chicane at the end, which I can't remember the name of. Suddenly can't remember the name of it. Idiot. Right, Dirk's off in the distance now. 3.2 seconds. Can Ian catch? Oh, let's stay on board with Ian. Let's say hello to Moomin on the last lap. This is not the last lap. This is not the last lap.
Maybe it
34 seconds left. I don't know who to be on board with because you've got knackered tyres that's going to make it interesting.
Richie.
You've got, is Richie going to run out of fuel?
Richie's hoping it's the last lap. It's going to be the last lap for Ian and Moomin. Maybe not, it won't be for Magdalena.
Oh, he's medium tyres.
Richie's hoping it's the last lap. Oh, here comes Ian. Ian might get another lap. Because they give a little time.
They've got medium and fuel. No, he's still going, but he will run out of fuel by the end of this. Oh, what on earth? So the leader will get 15 laps. Oh my goodness, Richie's so lucky there. Yeah. Because he would have been overtaken anyway. That's just insane. This is what I don't understand about this stupid game, man. So Magdalena, you can just calm down now and do a nice slow lap because there's no way. Just keep it together. He is doing his short shifting and just going round. There's no point because
the end of the lap. I mean, Richie shouldn't have got another lap with his lap time, but it gives like a 5 to 10 second buffer after the time.
That's just insane, man. It's the stupidest thing ever. You've got the guy in the lead and the guy last still on a lap. But the two in the middle not. How does that make any sense at all? So Moomin's gone over the line. He's now finished. We're just waiting for Magdalena to finish. But what I don't understand is why he doesn't say that he's won when even if he stops dead, how long would it be? Would he, if he stopped dead for 1 minute 16 seconds? Do you know what I mean? Would he then lose? How does this work? And what idiot in Japan who programmed it thought it was a good idea? I mean, that's just nuts, man. Oh, do you see?
Richie would have lost out on that one indefinitely.
Richie and his fuel. He obviously, I'm telling you right, Richie Root, you need to have a good long think about your fuel strategies. I know what you're doing, but you definitely take chances. You are definitely a proper dodgy chancer in this. It's like, I need us to be as light as possible. And you can see the cogs going around his head, working out exactly how much fuel he can get away with. And it was like, that was a what if. What if, not a what if we go to 15 laps. It's a what if we just have...
Oh.
What the he started sliding too early.
Have you ever done that in like a proper race?
If that was on purpose, which I don't believe for a second it was, that was really cool. However, that could have been. So, Magdalena gets his own back. on Richie for the sprint race. Let's save that, so we got it.
My stuff sorted, so you can do the race results.
Race results. We have fastest lap Mugelina, so he gets a point for that. So you got the fastest lap in both of those races, did he not?
Yes, I did.
Mugelina wins by a whole lap because he started lap 15 when the computer told Richie, who was running on gas and hope, went over the line. Richie thanking his lucky... He found that lucky pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, or whatever other Irish stereotypes, and he's so glad that he did. He's got 5 4-leaf clovers. Yeah. I suppose it's payback for the bad luck he had with the other fuel situations. But what a chance. What a chance. Then Ian, who is probably spitting feathers at this point because he was right behind him, and had that next lap started, he would have just gone past anyway because Richie was fuel saving like mad. And then you've got Moomin, the wonderful Moomin, in the slidey and seemingly slow on the straights car, so it's not just, you know, the car was being drafted past on that first lap, but he held it all together, was having a bit of fun. 42 seconds further back from Ian, but on the same lap as almost everybody else. Because it's like the GTS is just weird. Right, let's have a look.
Mugelina and Richie actually got the same amount of points today. They both got 38 points.
Oh, because of the way it works. Okay, doke. So you got Richie's in the chat, and he's saying that he had one lap of fuel when he saw Ian, and had to take it out of fuel mix 3. He was on 3 for most of the stint. All right, so he didn't go down to 6 or anything like that. Okay. So that extra speed, the overspeed that Mugelina had on the straights was all because he had so much fuel and could crank it up to 1. So, well, we kind of figured that, but I thought Richie would have been on 6. So, okay, that's pretty good. Richie definitely enjoyed. Yes, super duper. That's excellent. So, fastest lap to Mugelina though, extra point. Saw Mugelina come out with 80 something of fuel, and I had less than 50 at that stage. You definitely like playing around with the fuel, mate. You definitely do. Definitely do. So, well, I'm going to come out of there, leave the room, and go into the library in case anybody wants to see anything. Does anybody want to see anything? There were things that
I had Moomin in the sprint race.
Okay, so let's do that. Do you want to do that? You up for that?
Yeah, I'm just sorting out all the table.
Okay, so we're going to start with having a look at the sprint race. Recap, everybody. Highlights.
Ian's now 3rd on the leaderboard.
That's all we can hope for. Done with precision. We could have another team name. It's like look at the Irish. Look at the Irish racing. Or what would it be? It'd be sort of like Done With Planning. DWP. That's another one. So we've got Department of Work and Pensions, Done With Planning, Done With Precision. Excellent. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the sprint race. We could. There was several things that happened here. I want to make sure that we can see everything. Display all. That's already there. Good, good, good. I've got to go. We're on board with Mugelina at the back. We're going to be on board with Moomin. No, it was Ian, wasn't it? It was Ian. He jump started, remember?
Oh yeah. Moomin had an issue through lap 3. Moomin is now 4th.
Ooh.
So,
Hit and Hope is a great name. Right, we're going to be on board with Ian. Yeah, jump the start, so it just stopped him moving. Everybody went off. And they're going around the first corner when he's at the 75 metres mark. So, from that point onwards, it was try and chase people down. Hit and Hope. Done with planning, done with precision, Department of Work and Pensions. So, what we're saying, Moomin had an issue on lap 3, do you reckon? Was it?
I think it was lap 3. It was the final corner.
Didn't Ian have a big issue as well, though, and ended up... because Moomin was catching him up? Looking at the way the car's moving, I'm thinking Moomin's using a pad, is that correct? Chat challenge? Is Moomin using a pad?
No, it wasn't lap 3. It was lap 4.
I know nothing. I'm a guest here.
Or was it in qualifying? It might have been in qualifying.
I ain't got that. It wouldn't let me save that because it doesn't exist. I did look.
Oh no, it was lap 2.
Okay, well we're on board with him now. Still on lap 1. He's still in the vicinity and still quite a way ahead of the Ian. He's having fun because of his false start.
He just enjoyed himself there, I think. Next.
Well, as nice as it is to go quick and to win, oh, that back end, that Z4 entering that corner. Dirk, great job. So entertaining between you two, you and Richie. Seems to spend most of the sprint race side by side.
Dirk is now comfortably in first by 40 points.
Wow. Oh, we better stop this then and start bringing out safety cars. Oh, the back end of that is a bit vicious on that throttle. Do you find the Z4 a little bit tail happy slappy on the throttle?
Not really. It can be, but it's not. It wasn't too bad. I enjoyed it.
Because it seems Moomin's having a bit of problem getting the power down.
Oh, we didn't have a new driver. Where have I got a new driver from? Did we have a new driver? No, we didn't.
No, everyone that's driven...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, because Richie's moved up from 10th, that's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know Richie and Dirk and Moomin sort of joined some of the racing last week or the week before, I think. And they were saying, we can't stay for the whole thing.
Yeah.
But they have been in it before, so there you go.
Yeah, I was wondering where it was. There we go. So, the current standings are Michelina with 121 points, Seb with 81 points, Ian on 65 points, Moomin on... why have I not written down his points? But it is 55 points. Daco on 53 points, Matt on 44 points, Richie on 42. Is it Julian?
There you go.
It's Julian, isn't it? Because they don't pronounce the J.
Who are we talking about? Where
Julian.
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 It's not a her. Yeah. It's a you.
It's not her. It's he. They just don't have it, don't they?
Oh, okay. Right, we've just seen. Right, I'm getting the feeling that he did that on purpose. So let's watch this again. Okay, so he's approaching.
It looked like he was trying to warm up his tire, and he just carried on going because why not? And then Jack on 21, and then Addison on 20. What are you doing,
Moomin? He goes, sorry, carry on. He goes on the grass, which wasn't on purpose. That was he gets overtaken by Ian, and then approaching the last corner, he's weaving about, And as you say, it just oversteers to the right, and he goes down that road, the escape road, that's leading to the main road of the town. And then it's a bit like, you know, it's like turn 1 at Monaco, where everyone ends up down that little slip road because they can't make the turn. But not quite like that. Different. Alright, so that's what happened to him. Now, Ian ended up 28 seconds ahead, and then something happened where he lost touch with the leaders.
Yeah.
He was having a terrible time, so we're going to stay on board with Ian just for a little bit.
I picked up a penalty. Oh, a little off.
So Dirk is apologising, I think, to Richie for punting him, and Richie obviously didn't notice because he's like, who, me? So there you go. But that's great. This is, again, the community we've got, which has super fair racing. Just a quick question, because you know him better than I do, because I hardly know him at all, but do you think Seb will be regretting the lack of commitment? You know, it's sunny, go to the pub instead of racing, because he might, you know, he's now so far behind Dirk. Oh, Ian! What on earth are you doing?
He did manage to catch up the points after 2 races to Magino.
Right.
So he might still be able to catch up if he gets like straight wins and fast laps again. But it's not going to be as easy as it otherwise would be.
They're now competing on who can say sorry for hitting the other one more. So competitive, these two. I'm so sorry for hitting you into turn 1. Well, I turned into you into turn 3. I did this. No, I did that. It's right. We're on board with Ian, who's pushing, and he's gone nuts. He's going for it now, and he's approaching the what did we call it? It was the S's, wasn't it? No, the bit before the S's. Thingy Tower. Castrol Tower? That's what it's called, isn't it? Yeah. He's approaching Castrol Tower, so we're watching him. And then he takes that... Right. He takes the first bend. And then he gets a penalty. I'm trying to work out what he got a penalty for. I reckon it's because he shortcutted that little S-bend that's got the escape road. Right, okay, that's fair enough. Alright.
It equals out. Honestly, Richie, I swear you were playing with Magino in that one.
I thought you two were super clean and super aggressive. You were sort of like managed to have the aggression while keeping it clean. So we're on lap 3 with Ian serving his penalty, but I remember Ian. Oh, but you go on the grass, you hit the curb there. Oh, up the curb there. Can't get the power down. You can lean on that curb there, coming out of that sort of fast chicane a little bit. Oh, but then you can't. Totally got the final corner wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I want one of them to start saying, I kill you. And then the other one goes, I kill you first. And he goes, no, I kill you first. I kill you twice. I kill you on Thursdays. You know. I had a Turkish friend I shared a lab with many years ago. Very good friend of mine. Nihat Chetin, his name was. About 6'5", built like a beanpole. Very Turkish in that he was. God, it's like, what's going on with him? He's having real troubles. He's got his hazard lights on and he's ghosted. So what is happening? This is where he slowed right down.
If he's got his hazard light on, ghosted, he might be in the pause menu.
Okay. He's probably doing some deep breathing because of all the stuff that's been going wrong. It's like, okay. Plus the penalty. The computer doesn't seem to be burning off the penalty very well for him.
No.
Gosh, he's going. The computer does not like going around the mountain, does it?
No,
so, okay, this is where.
Slow.
Yeah, this is where Ian lost all the time that he lost to Moomin.
He's going 60 miles an hour through the S's.
He's slower than I do around the corner. Blooming heck.
Yeah, Magino, with that, I think there's another driver, Richie will be able to come with us, there's another driver who needed to, so possibly join their session. Rich will be able to help you out more with that.
Yes, talk to the dream team. They're the ones that do all the organising.
Rich organised to have the Bathurst race.
Vinesy does organise things, obviously like this, but he doesn't organise those.
I just refer
big
people
boys
to Dirk and Richie.
What's the best way to be? It's like being a pointer. You know, you point. Enra, we were talking about you earlier. Enra's in the chat.
Hello, Enra.
Woohoo!
Well,
I can help you with that
EDTM.
myself. I'm out tonight, in work Monday, Tuesday, but free Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays. There you go, Dirk, for your qualifications.
If you do the qualifying on those days, you'd likely be able to get in on next week's CTTM. There's plenty of time. I think it's, what is it next week? Sardinia A. EDTM next week.
Oh, like qualifying bits and practice and all that lot.
Yeah.
It's not the actual race, is it?
Next week, I think.
Really?
No,
only a
not
week
next
between.
Week, week after.
I was going to say, you don't normally get a week between.
I'm thinking it's Monday.
I, as much as I forgot that it was on last night, until you put a little thing popped up from. Well, it was actually your stream.
Yeah.
It popped up and I went, okay. Get yourself sorted. So that was good, but I do remember that I did it yesterday, so that's good. My memory's improving in my old age. Right, we're on the final lap. We're on board with Richie, where he's decided he's not going to be hanging back anymore. So he's approaching whatever it is corner that I can't remember the name of that you told me earlier. Cutting, yes. BP cutting. Right, park round Sulman Park, Castrol Curve, and he is really, it's very precise driving there. He's doing a really, really good job of precise driving there. He is just missing into the Brock Skyline, the Dipper, the S's, Forest Elbow. Oh, it's the S's and Dipper. Get it the right way around, idiot. Oh, according to this, right, the Dipper is not that corner that loses the back end, even though that looks like a Dipper.
Is it
to
not?
me? No,
it's a corner
because
after
you get Castrol Tower where you get that little runoff area. Then you get the S's, and then the Dipper comes after that.
Yeah, the Dipper is the Dipper not the right-hander, or is it the left?
I thought the Dipper was the left-hander. I don't know. It's hard to tell on this stupid map.
Yeah.
The Dipper's next to the left-hander, and the S's is next to the right-hander. Oh, whatever. We'll call it that anyway. There you go. Yeah. So we've just watched the bits that we missed of the sprint race and the end again because that was just ridiculous. Let's go. Let's exit that. Anything on the main? Now you finish your housekeeping. Is there anything on the main one that we want to go through again? Murray's Corner, Hell Corner. See, I would have called the Dipper Hell Corner personally.
Every corner on that track is Hell Corner.
No, some of them are really nice. I actually quite like when you go the cutting.
The right
I actually
hander
quite
at the end of the straight. You know, the one which you don't need to actually brake for. You just
depending which car you're in. Not in GT3 cars anyway.
You don't need to brake if someone's on your outside either.
Yeah, that's.
I found that with Tyson.
As long as you're very, very careful with the steering, you've got to be really delicate. You can't turn too much. Right, okay. Was there anything you wanted to look at in here?
Oh, I don't know. I'm going to end my stream here, though. I'll refer to everyone to yours.
Oh, okay.
So, everyone, if you head over to Rue's stream, which I'll link in both the chats. That's one.
Who do we want to be on board with the start? Because I was on board with Muggelina already. I'm thinking maybe Richie, because Richie got a really good start, didn't he?
Mm.
Or did he get a really bad start and then went past people? Let's do it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. We're starting. We're on board with Richie. So corner 1 is Hell Corner.
Is that one?
For everyone on YouTube. And then anyone who's on the Twitch, there's the link for Restream as well.
Woohoo!
It was very fun.
Just
But
like
I
to
will
point
end
out,
my one here.
Mudgelina, you've been very American there when you're telling Richie to write me. Okay? Because what I would do is I would get a letter and I would write the word me and send it to you. In Britain we say, and everywhere else in the world, write to me. It's like in Deutsch, it's the difference between mir, okay, and ich, I think. It's accusative. Americans are treating me as accusative where it's not actually accusative in English. There you go. Next thing. Right, I can close that one now, can't I? Because people have stopped talking. Hey! They're all in my chat now. Right then. Let's press go. They all had a pretty good start. Mudgelina looked like he was struggling to sort of... So Richie's backed off, doing a nice... Okay, he's slotted in behind because obviously cold tyres didn't want to end up going off. And you've got Mudgelina. Ian, a little bit of a lead. Mudgelina just so fast down that first straight. And, Moomin being swamped. And because of the side-by-side nature of that corner and is in third gear, got bogged down a bit. Richie lost a bit of ground on the tour to the front. And then hit a wall because he couldn't stop. Let's watch that bit again. Let's watch it. There you go, finally finds second, gets a bit of revs going. Something I noticed about Gran Turismo is it really doesn't like revving up. Ooh, and you're in the wrong gear. Yeah, couldn't stop there. Line all wrong. The camber really helps you or hurts you there, doesn't it? So I appear to have lost Christian from my ear. I don't know if that means he's disappeared forever. I've just fiddled around to see if... I could still hear him, but I'm getting... There's my microphone. So let's skip ahead. On board with Richie.
That better?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
You back?
There we go.
Were you having problems? I didn't know whether it was my microphone again.
I pulled the wire out of my controller.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough. I wasn't sure whether it was mine, so I sort of pulled it out and pulled it back in a few times, and it did come up saying it was working. So I figured it was you. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'd
It's
probably
always my fault.
had a heart attack, or were taking E's like young people do, or did about 30, 40 years ago. Singing along to the Shaman. E's are good. E's are good. Is every E's are good. One of my favourite lines. Naughty, naughty, very naughty. Me and a mate who used to work nights in this laboratory, we used to do that to each other all night. It's like we go, naughty, naughty, very naughty, just randomly to each other. Get you going till 2 in the morning. So we're on board with Richie. I can't remember what we should be looking at in this.
I don't know.
Oh, Right, that's where Richie hit Dirk. So that's one apology out of the way. This just, we can't do half an hour's worth of this battle because it's just going to keep on going, isn't it? But it does just keep on going. I don't know what to look at. Did somebody have a big problem? Did Ian have a big problem? Because Ian was out front. Did he have a crash or something? Oh, I think I know what it was. It was when Mugilina finally... Look at them, they're about to go side by side again. They're nuts, both of them. Oh, on the brakes, on the brakes. Whoa.
Oh, yeah, didn't Richie get a spin through the S's?
I can't remember. I thought not, because Richie, he just came into the pits early. So I remember seeing this because they were side by side, and then side by side, and then side by side. This is not very good, is it? When I can't remember what it is, I should be recapping, and I'm just showing the same stuff we saw before. So we've seen all this before, so I've got a feeling that Ian, something went on with Ian, so I'm going to sort of... skip forward. Right, he's now suddenly behind Richie, who has got past... Right, so we're going to go on board with Richie. They've caught up with Ian. I'm going to go back a bit and watch them. Okay, they're slowly catching up with Ian. I know this seems weird skipping it, but it's on Bubba Rich. They're slowly catching up with Ian. So this is effectively Mugilina catching up with Ian, and Richie, because he's on the softs, can't get past him, but he can easily stay with him. So they're both dragging each other along because they're not fighting as much.
Yeah. Yeah, Richie lost at the top of Skyline when he was in front.
I lost at the top of... Oh, you did? Oh, okay, okay.
Oh, didn't both Mugilina and Ian make a mistake giving him the lead? Or did he just get past Mugilina?
He's been leading from the beginning.
Mugilina went into the wall, didn't he?
Just there.
Yeah.
So let's watch that again. Mugilina outbraked himself into... Oh, come on. Griffin's Bend.
Griffin's Bend.
Brake way too late. Managed to not hit Ian, and he didn't hit the wall either. He just went really, really wide. So Richie gets past him. Fine. And then we're on board with Richie now. Mugilina's like keeping pace behind.
Ian goes
oversteer. That's it. We did watch that. I remember us watching that. So, yeah, it was sort of like a weight transfer. As the power goes on, not enough grip, off it goes. Slip angle exceeded. You will now spin, and he caught it.
I was checking my fuel and missed the brake. Don't check your fuel going into a corner. I've done that multiple times. Yes. It doesn't work.
It's actually in the same bit. So after Ian makes the mistake...
Oh, in the exact same... Oh.
It's in the same half a kilometre. Yeah. So Ian makes a mistake, giving Richie the lead, and then Richie... Let's see.
So in the same lap, you had, starting the hill, you had Mugilina made a mistake because he was looking at his fuel, giving Richie second. Ian made a mistake, giving Richie first. And then Richie makes a mistake at Skyline. And
I know exactly what mistake he made. If you look at it now, he's approaching... let's get the names of these blooming things right. He's going past Castrol Tower into that thing, whatever it's called, where you have to brake hard. So it's a tough braking zone. He got the first bit all right. So he's going around here. There's Castrol Tower, you can see. This downhill into third. He changed down to second too early. You see there? And that locked the back wheels up because he wasn't low enough revs. So that is just, it was literally a fraction of a second too early. He needed to scrub off a little bit more speed before he changed down. That loses the back end. Oh, God, I've done it again. So it's it again. Because he's all out. He's going full speed trying to get away from him now. Castrol Tower.
Ian made a mistake. The one and only.
Screech! And then you get the you are now in a car park, you can't get out of it situation, and they both go past. So we got 3 mistakes by the 3 leaders within a kilometre. Pretty good. Now, Muggelina has therefore, Dirk has now caught up with Ian, who's now back in the lead. Cutting the grass, taking the grass. And he's just, remember him going on the grass there, losing his traction, and he's very fast down the straights there. So this is where Dirk took the lead. Okie dokie. So, with his tyres wearing and his half a tank, does Richie come in or does he come in later? Let's see what's going on. Whee, whee, whee. Ian's keeping with Muggelina quite well there by the looks of it. Richie over. Muggelina's making a bit of a gap there now. So Richie's tyres are getting pretty worn, so he's not able to make the best of the soft tyres. It's those first few laps where he couldn't get past Muggelina really hurt him. Tower, so that's what I think's the dipper. Maybe the dipper's both corners. I don't know, but it dips there, so it makes sense. And this one is Forest Elbow. Pushing hard, definitely pushing hard. Not this lap. Yes, he comes in on this lap. Dives in at the last moment. Yes, I remember saying he came in. So this is where lap 6 he came in. And ends up at the back. But much shorter, but he's only put a tiny bit of fuel in. About a quarter of a tank odd. Definitely dodgy. Now he's heavier on cold tyres, cold medium tyres, so he's used to more grip. And it was this, so 2 laps later I think everybody else starts coming in. Yeah, Muggelina in 2 laps later. So let's just have a quick look at what fuel Muggelina's got. Empty. Oh, you alright?
Oh, yeah,
you haven't got a cat. It's not attacked you, has it?
Yeah, my bed moved.
So, Richie's saying, had to try something. Jag was much faster and I didn't use the soft lock, I hope. Yeah, well, you were stuck behind Muggelina, you couldn't get past him. Good fight, though. Hell of a good fight. So he's having a fuel up. Let's get this past him. I've seen that. And he puts 7/8 of a tank of fuel in, which puts him in third. You can see at the end of the mountain straight, the other end of the mountain straight, and then compromises his entry there, which he shouldn't have done. But he's now a good distance behind Richie. Richie's now
I'm going to have to leave you here because along with the drift stream and this stream I've kind of been upstairs the whole day without seeing family that's going over Easter.
Right, okay, that's fine. Listen, I'm probably going to end it soon anyway because we've seen pretty much everything we're going to see.
I'm not sure what. It was a very close race. There wasn't any accidents though, really, was there?
Not really. I mean, there's a few little mistakes, but no sort of big accidents, and certainly no bashing each other around. That was no argy-bargy. It was excellent. So let's watch
I would have thought
Richie.
that Bathurst would bring someone for best racing.
Well, to be fair, it's brought some pretty good racing on every sort of stream and lobby that we've done on it. So yeah,
EDTM was so much fun on this track.
And you know, the Road to 161 was fun, even for me. And then you got was it the Ukraine one for Matt?
No, that was Deep Forest.
Or was it Plebs?
Might have been Plebs.
What was that one recently? There's a recent one anyway. So anyway, we are going to skip through. He's in the lead.
Yeah. Alright, see you all later.
All right,
Richie, you have a good evening as well.
Thanks for doing all this,
I'll
Christian.
See you later.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thanks,
Have
thanks for
a good,
hopping in, Rick.
happy Easter.
Yeah, you too.
Ta-da! Bye! So, just to sort of finalise this, won't be on much longer because it's we've seen all this, but I just wanted to see. We were on board before with Dirk, following his catching of. There he is. Right behind him. So Richie was saying he was on fuel 3 for most of this, but you can see more than about double the fuel on Dirk's soft shod. Oh, wrong one. Soft shod F-type. Cruises past, and I guess Richie just realised there's no point fighting. Not going to hold him off for 2 laps. And, you know, if you turn it up, you'll run out of fuel, and you hate doing that. He stayed with him pretty well, though. Don't mention the EDTM with me here. Oh dear. What about yesterday's EDTM? Did you watch, Richie? Did you watch the? Oh, great job winning yesterday, by the way. No wonder you wanted me to watch that stream. Watch me win! Watch me win! Great job there. But did you see how many people ran out of fuel yesterday, including Diaco and Andre, and then just the funniest bit, the slowest drag race to the line between 2 Germans that you've ever seen. It was at like an 8 kph. Though, you know, Andre was at more like 9.5, whereas Dirk was at like 7. It's just hilarious. Just hilarious. Here we go. Let's get this going. What were you thinking at this point? You're on lap 14. Your fuel light's flashing, and you're thinking, "Damn, this might go to 15 laps." Oh dear. I'm not surprised he was mad. It was because he ran out of fuel approaching or halfway round the final corner. He just got past Andre and his engine was working, and suddenly he was like, "Bleh," and I don't know, that put him off, or something about that upset the car, and he just hit the barrier, which slowed him down enough for Andre, who was prepared for it, to swing round with slightly more momentum, and just enough, and he won by, it was hundredths of a second. A couple of meters at that speed. I was so glad that we weren't listening to Dyke. I had his stream on, but I had it muted. I should watch it just to see what he yells. I thought 14, but only filed for 13 for some reason. Filled for 13. Could have done 15. Had to hold the cars off at the end. Yes. Yeah. So we'll watch you come over the line here. Oh, cutting the grass. We'll go back and we'll watch Ian go over the line, because I don't think we watched that. I do like to make sure we see people go over the line. There you are, coasting around the corner. No point. Oh, but Ian's getting closer and closer and closer and closer. We did see it. We did see it. There you go. And then we got Moomin. We didn't see Moomin go over the line, but we're going to now. And then we're going to watch Budgelina, who's now coasting around the lap. Still managing to get a few tail slides going now. Oh no, what's this? Just what's this? Ready, Richie? What's his showing off? Which he does too early, and he doesn't get over the line. Or it was perfect, Dirk. It's either perfect and done so by design, or it was very nearly very embarrassing. But that was excellent. Right, everybody, that's fantastic. Thank you so much for joining me and Christian on this Sunday afternoon and evening. The sun is no longer out, but it's Easter Sunday. It's also because Ant is a pagan who was telling me that I think it's Eristed or something like that, which is where the word Easter comes from apparently. And she was a pagan god of fertility, hence the eggs, and her spirit animal was a hare, hence the bunny rabbit. A bit of trivia for you. Yes, I think I did. I mean, I was kind of watching it while I was doing something else at the same time. I was at the Nürburgring in my GTR. I've got a bunch of GTRs that all have maximum power now, and I sort of set them up. I managed to get a sub 7-minute Nordschleife in one of them, which I was very pleased with, because I'm really enjoying it. In one of the cars, there's a section in the centre that I'm actually hitting 200 mile an hour, breaking into a corner to go down a couple of gears and take it. So it just feels nice. It just really feels nice driving Gran Turismo 7, on the wheel. So, I've got to thank everyone that's been so very kind. Again, I know I keep doing that, but I'm going to keep doing it as long as I can. But on that note, I'm going to say Happy Easter, good evening, good night, good morning, good afternoon, goodbye.